Okay, guys, so the other day, right, I was scrolling on Instagram and then I found this motivational guru guy, right? He was like a military officer guy or whatever, and pretty much he was giving us like some advice. He was making a video, and in the video, he was telling us, right, he was saying that the norm nowadays, right, especially in America, they always tell us, oh yeah, it's okay to be ourselves, it's okay to just be happy who you are, accept who you are, accept everyone as they are, blah blah blah, be comfortable with who you are as a person. And what this guy was saying was that that's something that is not a good thing, right? A lot of people, they say, oh, it's okay to be shy, it's okay to be weak, it's okay to cry, be yourself, that's how you are, just be how you are. But what the officer was trying to say, right, the military man, he was trying to say that that's not a good thing, because when you accept who you are as a person, you're not changing, you're not evolving. And you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you're being comfortable. And when I was watching that video, I was like, I 100% agree with what he was saying. And so, in my experience, right, I'm only 22 years old, but throughout my past 5 to 6 years out of high school, right, I was working all these jobs, training, doing this and that, playing the sport, trying to be the best version of myself, because my whole goal in life is I want to be the best version of myself. And in order for me to be the best version of myself, I need to be well rounded in every aspect of my life, whether it be physically, spiritually, characteristics, life skills and experiences, emotionally, financially. There's so many other components that you guys need to focus on, right? So, when I was like, let's go rewind a little bit back and forth. So when I was a little bit younger, right, like 5 years younger, I was like 16, 17 years old. I wasn't happy with myself, right? When I started off like in high school, middle school, I was being who I was as a person, right? Back in the day, I was quiet, I was shy, I was timid, I didn't have opinions, I didn't have any skills and experiences. I didn't know how to do this. I didn't have money to my name. I wasn't in shape. You know what I'm saying? I didn't push myself to my full capacity, especially in school, right? When you're young, right? You want to know what you're capable of. So I remember I was quitting my sports. I was being quiet in school. I was fucking shitty ass grades. I wasn't pushing myself. I quit all my sports and extracurricular. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was older to make money and do this and do that. I know what I want to do now, but back in the day, right? But if someone was to tell me back in the day, just be who you are, accept who you are as a person, right? It's okay for me, 5K Dono, back in 2019 to still be shy, to still be quiet, to not know how to communicate, to not have self-confidence and leadership skills, to not have money, to not have goals and set high standards, and to keep failing all my classes, to not be in shape and still train and take your sport super serious, to not be closer to God, right? So if I was back in the day to have that mentality, like what the military guy was saying, to be comfortable with who you are and accept who you are as a person, if I was having that mentality, right, to accept who I was as a person, that shows that I was comfortable with being a fucking loser with my life. And I was not comfortable with being a loser with my life. If I was to accept who I was as a person back in the day, I would not be the person I am today. I would not be evolving. I would not be changing. I would not be trying to improve myself. So when people come up to you and say, bro, it's okay, just accept who you are as a person, just cry about everything in life, just be weak about everything in life, just be the same person as you was last year, accept who you are as a person, I would look at you, I said, bruh, you guys dooming this society, bro. You know what I'm saying? So another story, right? I stream a lot. I've been kind of streaming last year, trying to make gaming content. And I was playing with my 40-year-old Fortnite friend and my other boy. And we met this girl, this 20-year-old girl named Star. And every time that we play with her, she's always crying over the game, like literally crying. And like she's like talking inappropriate comments. And she's acting like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's not acting like one mature 20-year-old pretty much. Like it's still acting like, I'm like, bro, am I talking to a 20-year-old or am I talking to a 12-year-old? And I'm not trying to throw her under the bus, but my 40-year-old Fortnite friend, he's trying to be like an enabler. He's like, it's okay, guys. I'm trying to give her encouragement. I say, hey, as a 20-year-old, you got to start acting more mature. You know what I'm saying? Take it as a friend. I want to see you do better. Don't get comfortable. Don't accept who you are as a person. You got to change. You got to evolve. You got to be stronger. If you want to get shit done in life, you got to be a different person. You cannot be who you are right now, right? And my 40-year-old friend, right, he's being an enabler. He's like, no, guys, it's okay, 5K Dono. Just accept who she is as a person. So I'm like, bruh, you see it, right? If someone comes up to me and say, accept who I am as a person, it's okay, don't change, I'll fucking slap them. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, bro, that's some fucking terrible advice. You do need to change. If you don't change and you accept who you are as a person, you're lazy, you're not motivated, you're fucking bummy, you have no goals or high standards, guess what? You're never gonna get shit done in life and you're always gonna be comfortable in that same exact position. So my best advice is don't be yourself, right? If you're like fucking, when I was younger, right? I thought myself was a quiet person, unconfident, no goals, lazy as shit. But I realized, I said, I can't be this person. I can't accept who I am as a person. I need to change. I need to push myself. Therefore, I started doing things I didn't want to do. When I was 16, I said, you know what, I got to change. So I started playing sports again. I started doing football. I started doing swimming and running and doing combat sports. I started taking extracurricular. I started taking college credit courses because I was fucking up my grades back in the day. I wanted to prove to myself that I'm not the person that I was before. I need to accept it and change and evolve and push myself, get uncomfortable, do this and do that. And then from there, I was working at this landscaping company, making money. I was trying to do YouTube as well, trying to start a business, trying to do some side things, going back to church, praying to God, you know what I'm saying? Trying to build myself up as a person. And then throughout the years, I was working all these different jobs, doing this, different story time. But the whole point I'm trying to make is, if I was to accept who I was as a person, you could never evolve. You could never be a better version of yourself, and you always would be content with who you are as a person. All right. So another story too, right? I remember in 2020, this was during pandemic time. I graduated high school in 2020. And I was 17 at that time. I was working two jobs, right? Fresh out of high school, I was working at my landscaping job still yet. And then Monday to Fridays, I'll be working at Taco Bell, right? I was working with my boys. When I was working over there when I was 17, I remember I used to work with this other 17-year-old, right? He was like fucking fresh out of high school too, same age as me. And, he's kind of like on the, like he was, I don't know, bro. Like he was like kind of awkward, you know what I'm saying? Not in a bad way, but he would always be the type where he would come in. He would always be like loud mouth and those kind of people where they act like they're in charge, but like their fucking actions doesn't support that they shouldn't be in charge pretty much. So this guy was just a yapper. He would come in, act like he's a boss, like, come on guys, let's go, and then fucking whenever he does the job, he's ass at the job and he's fucking slow at making the tacos. It's like, bro, just because you fucking command orders doesn't make you a boss, right? Your actions, your work ethic is fucking trash. So anyways, this guy, he was just so annoying at work. Nobody liked him, literally. Like everybody, I remember one time at the job, he got fucking punched in the face. He was getting like fucking, one guy was fucking scrapping him at the job because he was talking shit. Like this guy was so fucking, it was so weird, bro. I was like, bro, calm down. I was always cool with him. I never got into any conflict, but everybody, they were all just annoyed by this guy. So that's how he is as a person. He could either say, I accept who I am as a person and I will never change so that people would like me, so that people, I could prove to people that, and you don't prove it to people too, you prove it to yourself. But he could either go one way, right? He could either stay the same, accept who he is as a person, no one likes him, he's irritating, awkward, ass work ethic, fucking yapper. People like beat him up because he's so stupid. You know what I'm saying? He could either be like that, or he could change and be like, you know what? I gotta go ahead and be more friendly with people. I gotta go ahead and, watch what I say to other people so that I don't offend them. I gotta go ahead and actually take initiative and responsibility and improve my work ethic. I gotta start being socially awkward with girls and trying to be weird. You know what I'm saying? So you can either accept it or you can evolve and you can be a better version of yourself. Now, this is in 2020, so this is 2025 now. But I remember I was running into this guy in like 2022. Like, I remember I was at the mall and then I saw him. He was working at like fucking Buffalo Wild Wings. And then, you know what I'm saying? He was still acting the same, bro. Same shit. 2023 comes, or 2024, I forget what year. But I was walking around the mall again and he was in a different job. He was in like fucking Starbucks and the Target. And then he was doing the same shit too. He was yelling. I was trying to take orders, right? I was trying to order like a fucking breakfast burrito. And then he was over there taking orders. And then I heard him in the background. He was acting the same from 2020. He was yelling at his fucking coworkers. He was acting like he was the manager in charge. He was acting like fucking wise ass and being sarcastic to his people, his coworkers. And I was like, bruh, okay. 2024 comes. I remember I was walking around. I went to this other shopping center. And I saw this fucking guy pushing grocery carts outside. He was at a different store. So I don't know, bro, what that says, but this guy is, I don't know, he just accepted who he is as a person. He's not changing. He's not evolving. So fuck what people say, bro. You can't be who you are as a person. If you're naturally weak, you're lazy, right? Do you want to accept that for the rest of your life? No, right? You got to get out of your comfort zone and be something that you're not right now. You got to fake it till you make it kind of thing. You got to work for it, right? If you're fucking unconfident, you got to go and get confident, bro. You got to stop being who you are as a person. If you cry about every situation in life and play victim and blame people for your life circumstances and for every shit in the world that all your problems, you got to stop doing that and you got to be not that person, all right? So anyways, guys, I see you guys for another video. Yes, sir.